So it happened, guys. Friends of mine that I haven't heard from in 4 years contacted me asking me about Bitcoin. So we're getting to the euphoria stages now when people are super greedy. So we're moving from the greed to the extreme greed. Now, obviously the euphoria hasn't actually started and we haven't seen the kind of greed that we get when the parabolic action actually starts. But people are starting to take notice. It's showing up on their news feeds, on Twitter, on whatever social media that they use, on actual TV. People that watch terrestrial television are starting to see Bitcoin ads or whatever pop up when they're watching the news. They probably also see some crypto related stuff to do with the presidency in the United States and the political ramifications of the new administration vis-a-vis cryptocurrencies. So yeah, the interest is building. And if you look at Google Trends, if you type in Google Trends at crypto, you can see the graph is starting to take off. A little bit like Bitcoin graph is also taking off. They seem to be in tandem with each other, right? So what does this mean? It means it's time to take a little bit of caution. Not financial advice, do your own research, of course. But when this starts to happen, this is usually traditionally the cue for me to take it a little bit easy, perhaps take a little bit of profit and sit back and watch what happens, right? Now, I won't be doing any of that because I know that this year is a little bit different with the shortage of crypto in the market and the institutions that are buying in. Like I keep saying in every video, again, not financial advice, do your own research. I do expect a little bit of a significant cool off because we've gone up too quickly, especially over the weekend, and we need to cool off a bit to sustain this kind of pump. Also, there might be some macro events that might happen imminently. Things are looking a little bit too smooth, a little bit too, I don't know, man. It's all going up too fast, right? And from experience anyway, in the last 8 years or so that I've been in cryptocurrencies, what usually happens when things get a bit heated up and everyone gets overexcited is some random stuff happens that brings everyone back to earth, like in a massive thump, right? So I'm expecting something to happen. Again, something might not happen. Not financial advice, do your own research. But I would not be surprised if in the next few days we hear something random or something funny happens, some sort of gray swan event, as I coined it. It's not going to be really a black swan event. Something not so black swan, gray swan, right? That is going to bring the market all the way back to its senses, because I think that we're pumping a little bit too hard. One coin that I think is not going to suffer from this, of course, is XRP. If you can look at the fear and greed index at the moment, you will see that we're very close to extreme greed on the greed scale, right? But if you could take them out individually, not all cryptos are actually following this. This is the average sentiment. And the sentiment is heavily influenced, of course, by Bitcoin, the sentiment of Bitcoin. So people are really, really bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. So the sentiment is pretty high. If you can take XRP out of that and look at XRP by itself, we're actually not there. We're actually fear approaching neutral. That's where XRP would be. So the rules about selling because, taking profits and all that stuff doesn't actually apply to XRP because the sentiment on XRP isn't greed or extreme greed at the moment. It's in fact fear approaching neutral, which is still kind of buy zone, right? When it comes to the fear greed index informing your buying and selling. Not financial advice, do your own research. I'm a YouTuber, remember. But if I wasn't already completely packed to the brim with XRP, I would probably be buying XRP today because the fear greed index indicates that we are on the way up rather than on the way down, like some of these other tokens that have blown up in the past few days and needed a little bit of cooling off. There is no cooling off needed on the XRP chart. If anything, it's oversold, underbought, whatever you want to say, and it needs to go up imminently. Another thing is we're completely run out of excuses for XRP not pumping. The only thing left, of course, is to iron out this whole SEC shenanigan. So if you think about XRP as a dam, okay, and the water is ready to just crash through the dam, is waiting for the gates to open, but the gates refuse to open. The gates are the SEC just holding it back like this. And, the sentiments are pushing, everything is ready. But eventually what happens if the gates don't open, the dam is going to crack and the water is going to push through and there's going to be a tsunami of water rushing through wherever it needs to rush to. And this is the analogy I have for XRP, because when that happens, I'm expecting a blast up in a God candle to like crazy prices. God knows where it's going to go, as I keep saying. Remember, again, not financial advice. Do your own research. I will see you in the next video. Peace.